To the ship. Okay, here we are. Woo! Yes. Saturday night, old Christmas Day. It's the end of the season. Well, depends on how you're... I mean, who got their Christmas tree up, still up? You guys do? I love that. That's the spirit right there. That's great. I don't.
That's laziness, Rich.
I don't know. I think it's Christmas spirit. That's what I think it is. Christmas forever, I say. Okay, my name is Len O'Neill. I'm happy to be here opening up the show for the Dandelion Few. I won't take up too much of your time. I'll just play a couple of my songs and hit the road. Well, I won't hit the road. I'll stick around for the show. It's fun to say. I'm going to start with a song called A Certain Kind of Sadness. Just a simple song about having been accused of, not accused. Well, of hearing someone else accuse others of delving too much into their own sadness as a selfish act, and not just pushing past it in order to make other people feel better. It's called A Certain Kind of Sadness. There's a certain kind of sadness that really is just selfishness. You can find me in the kitchen, dancing, doing dishes. There's a kind of ambition that kept me moving, kept me wishing I could travel on my own terms, bring along my favorite girl. And is it too late for that? Is it a race or a contest? And if you took me out of context, could I survive on my content? There's a certain kind of conflict I've avoided, though I've needed it. I keep quiet in the kitchen and let you do all the talking. I'm a young man walking, though I know I should be running, just gunning for that finish line where I'm the master of my own time. And is it too late for that? If it's a race, not a contest, should I abandon all my conquests and articulate my regrets and stay at home where I can enjoy my love? I am alive, and well, can't you tell now? If you're not sure which door to open next, you can come on by for a chat. You can learn from my mistakes so you don't waste your time. Thanks very much. Thank you for listening. The next song is kind of a funny song. It's a song about a couple things. I mean, it's kind of about friendship, but it's really a story of being in a. So I'll just tell the story. My friend and I had just gone through breakups. That was a couple years ago, and we were sitting around drinking rye, and he was showing me Townes Van Zandt for the first time, which was great because I was in a state of mind where I needed some Townes Van Zandt at the time. It was great. No, it began a long love affair with that man's songs. But we were hanging out, and he had recently picked some. Actually, it was from the year before because it was only September. But he had picked some psychedelic mushrooms that had been growing locally, and he and I shared some of those, and it made a night a lot more interesting. And so we went out for a walk kind of later on, and I was singing this thing that to me sounded like Townes Van Zandt. I was like making up this rhyme that to me sounded like Townes, and now it doesn't really, but this is what the man sounded like to me at the time. So we ended up finding this old building. It's actually it's still there. There's the old, there was a lawyer's office that was torn down, and so it seemed like a good place to hang out for two idiot vandals late at night, just playing around with like concrete and rebar and piles of dust and stuff. And so we were just hanging out there, and I was singing this thing again, over and over, this like little verse thing that I thought sounded like Townes Van Zandt. And we decided to go down into the basement. and because there was stairs, it was like a, like a sort of ground floor, but then there was a set of stairs going down into the basement. So we went into the basement, and of course there's nothing down there. There's just like pigeons and dust, and it's like dark. We had no business being down there. It was really silly. But because of our state of mind at the time, the psychedelic vibes were very high, and we were very high, I should say. And it kind of felt like we were going deeper into our own minds, if you know what I'm saying. Like we go down into the basement of the building. It's like we're going into the basement of our psyche or something insane like that. That's kind of how it felt at the time. And so we see the safe. There was like nothing in the basement. Just there's a safe at the back of the room, and we're looking at this safe from a distance, and we're thinking, there's got to be something really special in there. Like there's a reason why we came down into this basement, and it's to find this safe, and whatever's in this safe is going to unveil or unravel some incredible secret about the universe. So we need to open up the safe and see what's inside it. And so we walk towards the safe, and anticipation is building, and we're getting there, and we're almost at the thing, and we're looking at each other, and we're like, okay, so when I open this, like, it's going to be pure white light. It's going to be like a nuclear bomb went off when I open this. It's just going to be pure God light or something. We have no idea what's going to be in here, but our expectations are very high, like we were. So, we're at the moment. This is the golden moment. It's going to happen. We're looking at each other. I bend down to open it. He's like looking at me really intensely. I have my hand on the handle. It's like, okay, I'm going to do it. You're going to do it? Okay, I'm going to do it. And then I open the safe, and there's nothing inside. Of course, it's just an empty safe. Like, why would there be anything in this safe that's in this basement of this burned down building? Like, it makes no sense at all. There was nothing inside. Of course there was. And so he looks at me and he goes, well, there's two kinds of people in any old town. Those who know that they're empty, and the ones who have yet to find out. And that was like, now it sounds like a kind of a dark thing to say, but at the time it was so hilarious. Like, we just laughed, like cosmic belly laughs. Like, it was really, really funny. And so I ended up writing this song that was like, the chorus of the song is that little ditty I was singing that sounded like Townes Van Zandt. And the story in the verses is my night on mushrooms downtown with my friend. So here's the story of that evening in song form. You already know the story. I don't even need to sing the song, but the song is going to hopefully hit a little bit different, knowing now that you have the story. Here we go. It's called Rebels in the Rubble. It's a single that I put out recently. I put it out in the fall. And you can stream it on the streaming places. Mid-September, Friday night, warm into the red glow of rye. It's been a weird summer, hard on the heart. Notions of forever falling apart. We're in your apartment where it all went down. By 2 a.m. had to get out of the house. Pulled into the stairwell by the harvest moon. Met each other in the mirror as we put on our boots. Went into the streets where the lovers meet. Looking for a rooftop for to dangle our feet. Up and down the same streets of the same seaside town. Looking for a corner that we hadn't yet found. In a burned down office near the harbor's mouth. Off for the burned out cracked concrete playground. We were rebels in the rubble, singing our troubles, singing songs to Babylon, sending hymns to Bethlehem. Courting the moon, singing a lonesome tune, singing the rain. I will come soon. Down to the basement where the pigeons are, into the back room, into the dark. But more like we stood in the basement of our minds. Saw an old safe, well, we had to look inside. Say, if we really are in the basement of our mind, should not the contents of the safe glow and shine? When we realized there was nothing to be found, he looked at me, pretend profound, said, there's two kinds of people in any old town. Those who know that they're empty and the ones who've yet to find out. We were rebels in the rubble, singing our troubles, singing songs to Babylon, sending hymns to Bethlehem. Courting the moon, singing a lonesome tune, singing the rain. I will come soon. Leaves will be let loose. Snow will follow suit. We will be taken to. There's that. The newest song, I put out an album, well I didn't put out an album yet, I'm putting it up very soon. I do have copies on vinyl here if anyone is interested. I am actively hustling them, so if anyone would like to buy vinyl, they're back there. Sean is graciously holding it over his head right there. That's it, that's the product, that's the prod, those are the units that need to be moved. I'll do one, this is the newest song on that, it's called Sorry to Say. Kind of about having to say goodbye in order to follow the things that you need to do. It's also about loving folk festivals, I said. Simple songs, simple chords, it's all I want to hear. Family singing, sunshine shining, the highest time of the year. I want to know it, how lonely the road gets for the old balladeer. But I can't show it, something's not flowing, I feel like I've disappeared. I'm so sorry to say, I'll be going away someday. Soon, this is not on you. You've been straight and true, and I do not look for another. It's just that there's a forward path formed by faces I feel fated to take. Friends and lovers, strangers and others, the lane of the rubes and the race. Somehow I know I need to go it alone and carve out my own way. I'm so sorry to say, I'll be going away someday. Soon, this is not on you. You've been straight and true, and I do not look for another. It's just that I'm bound for the unknown waters, where I will drown my sorrows deep. I will get down to the soul of the matter and mend it while I sleep. I need simple songs, simple chords with spirit in the air. Come carrying on, singing along with the one red rose in her hair. We're drunks in a choir for a bird on a wire, and the fiddle's on fire again. To live is to fly, so live and let die. We can deal with time tomorrow. I'm so sorry to say, I'll be going away someday soon. There you go. Thank you. I'll do one. It's called England. It's a little number about that's good enough for rock and roll. It's about being in a relationship and taking care of each other, really. About how that can offer space for healing and self-development or something like that. Here you go. That's brutal. Can't be asked. Sorry. Yeah. I think this guitar needs some love from Chris Kiersey. I think that's what's going on with this. It's had a rough Christmas, you know. It's cold and kicking a lot. It's just this capo up here. See, that's the culprit right there. There you go. God forbid I have to use my ears to do something. You're leaving for England in an hour, and your hair is wet, you just got a shower. Here I made you a sandwich, and I'll make you a promise. While you're gone, I'll continue my carrying on, carrying debt, carousing till dawn, while I wait on the word on which trade I should lay my hands upon. You calm my recovery from the Union discovery that every human being has a shadow and a persona they show, I was bleeding into a memory of an evening most clumsy, but a new day is coming, and it's time to move on. So I'll be leaving for the cabin in the dark, all alone in an unlicensed car, with the stars and the highway and the snow in my headlights. It looked like deep space hyperdrive. Since my recovery from the self-imposed othering, I am a lighter human being with a shadow halfway under control. So I would really like to thank you for setting an example of getting over oneself and on top of the ball. A winter, spring, summer and fall. Ooh, yeah. I'll do something new. I'll do the song. It's not recorded. It's a new song. I've only performed it a couple times. It's kind of a song from the perspective of somebody else. I had a friend who went through a rough time recently, where he kind of had split up with his partner, and she sort of was in love with someone else, and he had a rough time. He kind of like wanted to disappear at one point in time. He's fine now. He's great. He's met someone else. He's like doing really well. But he went through a really hard time, and he's been a close friend of mine for a really long time. So I wrote a song from his perspective, kind of outlining what was going on and what went wrong. And I'm gonna try it out at the ship because I never played at the ship before. See how it goes. All right. Well, I left my friends and family in the city for the bay. I moved my life from old St. John's and settled in Point May. It's here your people long have dwelled. They too are now my own. To be near the boys and our house, 'cause it is now my home. It's taken grit and sacrifice. It was hard when I worked away. When I was up in Labrador, I saw my darkest days, and the barren Buren highway, 2 hours each way alone. To be near the boys and our house, for it is now my out my kitchen window, Miquelon and St. Pierre. On a morning like this, well, a man might wish through the mist to disappear. I remember my heart sinking, the beginning of the end. The night I learned that my true love did love her own best friend. I raised my voice in protest, for I'd given all that I owned. I paid the cost, and now I've lost what makes a house a home. Out my kitchen window, Miquelon and St. Pierre. On a morning like this, well, a man might wish through the mist to disappear. I had a half a cup of coffee. I went down to the shore. I took my canoe out through the fog to be seen no more. And I found peace on the calm waters, surrounded by clouds. And I thought of you And I thought of the boys, and I decided to turn around. I was taken by a wave, I was thrown into the sea. So I moved my arms and I kicked my feet, and I swam back toward the beach. And I prayed to God, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, don't take me please. I'm not ready to leave. Please. As I lay on the beach that I managed to reach, well, I was cold as a stone. Could not believe that I had made it home. And with every morning sunrise, it's better I've begun to feel. I know that I need time and love, my sorrow for to heal. The heart, it wants what it wants, and what it wants alone. So I'll let her go where she needs to go, and I'll stay till the kids are grown. Oh, she got the house, she got the car, but I got the house, and it is still my home. Out my kitchen window, Miquelon and St. Pierre. On a morning like this, well, a man might wish through the mist to disappear. Or a man, I guess, might count himself blessed to have moved his life out here. Thanks. All right, I'll do a song. This one's I did something. Actually, it's today's the anniversary of this song in a funny way. I played a gig one time at the Ship, and I was seeing somebody new, and it was a really exciting time. She moved to Corner Brook to teach, and I said I'd come with her because I'd figure out quickly whether or not it was going to work or not. So I said, okay, we're only been seeing each other for a couple months, but yeah, let's move in together and see how it goes. It went very well. We're still together. It's great. So there's that. But I left. It was a snowstorm, and I left my gig after the Ship. I played the Ship till about midnight. I drove across the island in a snowstorm to surprise her, because she thought I was coming Monday, but I figured, no, I'll show up on Sunday. That'll be really a big romantic gesture. And so it took so long to get there, because it was like a snowstorm, and it was nighttime. Like, I was driving like 50 the whole way. Like, it took 12 hours to go to Corner Brook. It was brutal. But I did it, because, I don't know, I was under a spell. Yeah, so I showed up and like passed out right away. But before I passed out, she was very, very surprised that I arrived, and so she spoke some words from this poem to me, and the poem is it's called "The Birthday of Your Life," and it's "The Birthday of My Life" is what it's called. I've appropriated it. It was a poem by Christina Rossetti, and the whole line in the song is like my love has come to me, the birthday of my life has come. So the idea is like comparing someone showing up in your life to it being the birthday of your life, which is a beautiful sentiment. So I wrote a song called "The Birthday of Your Life," and it's about that whole story. And here it is. It was a brand new year. I can start a song better than that, can't I? It was a brand new year. Let's take three here, take three. Usually, anyways. It was a brand new year. It was the 7th of January, and I packed up my gear. That was the last they would hear from me. And we had just met just like that. We're moving in, getting on like little kids. So I drove alone all night, and the radio played Roy Orbison. Two lonely headlights and the oncoming cars in the snowy wind. And it took me twice the time, going half the speed limit. making sure I was making it. It's love, I'm out here chasing it. By noon I'm at your door, and you're laughing on the floor, and I'm singing Roy Orbison still. You're shaking with surprise, and your face is wet with crying. The birthday of your life had come. You said the birthday of your life had come. And then 2 years in, living in a wilderness, it's your only night off, so you drive out the highway to visit me. There's a party of two making moves in the window light, and in from that sunset fire, a current of life coming up our spines. Then we're spinning round in a blur of light and sound. There is something touching down from somewhere. It's ancient and it's wild, and we're singing it alive, and we're seeing by the light of the song. Could this go on forever? Is this the door to heaven? Blue angels are letting us in. Here now, take my hand and spin. What's that? Thanks a lot. Let's do a couple more. I'll do a song, I'll do one kind of about, I don't know, regretting being an asshole, I guess that's what yeah. I don't really need to elaborate on much more than that, I don't think. It's called Out of View. There was one drunken night in another life. I tore a strip off a guy, really twisted the knife, tried to make it hurt. Of course, over time, the wound became mine. I grew paranoid, it poisoned my mind, and I took to hiding. So please welcome me, your love's what I need. Couldn't bear to be seen as the devil I'd been, the devil I need. And there was a heart that I left in the dark. She was the star and I was the scar that shaped her pain. And I was ashamed of my own name, so I hid my face well out of view and looked for something new. Said I'd give up on the dream and try to get what I need. I couldn't bear to be seen as the devil I'd been, the devil I need. And I haven't told, spent enough time alone. I'm sick of staying home out of fear of seeing someone that I know. Cue Lucas Rose and the pedal steel solo right here. I wish you were up here with the pedal steel. So instead I'm just going to talk through the verse, because he'd be just crying over here, but now he's just sipping his pint in the corner of the room. Well, I'm thinking of you, bud. Right. So please welcome me. So please welcome me. Your love's what I need. Couldn't bear to be seen as the devil I've been, the devil I need. And I haven't told, spent enough time alone. I'm sick of staying home out of fear of seeing someone that I know. It was West, song about taking vacation, sort of about going on tour really, to find all the friends or meet people that have left your home. Lots of people from Newfoundland tend to leave for work or other reasons. And so it's a song about going on tour and finding all your old friends. There's a bit at the end, I wrote the song myself, obviously, but on the record it's, credited to me and Sandy Morris, because I took the theme from Land and Sea and just put it in my own song, just to make the song better. So, if you ever write a song and it's not working out, just steal from someone else's song, put it right in the song, make your own song better. Works every time. So at the end of the song, I'm going to sing the tune. I don't even know if it's the tune exactly. It's like how I remember the tune of Land and Sea. So it's kind of like my own take on it. Not really the literal transcription. Usually I have a fiddle player doing it, but it's just me tonight. Anyway, here it goes. It's called One Way to Goes West. One way to go is west, to stop in each town for a few nights rest. Find everyone you know and a show and then go. I got some friends in the north end. I met a mermaid on the island of sand. I don't mind Edmonton. There's a good gig at Pub the Deck. Then you're bound for Montreal, Quebec. It seemed like the center of it all way back when. So love someone to show me Leonard Cohen's house before I head south. I got some family. I used to live in Toronto when I was 21. So lucky to be lifted by a song from home. I got some family in Seattle, an old roommate out on the Pacific coast. I know a girl in California, we used to play in a band. Like them, I'll leave Newfoundland to see the cities that I can, to live hand to mouth between car and couch, and to the season's whims surrender. Well, my best friend in grade 5, well, he lives in Yellowknife with his dog and his wife. He has a good life. Well, Tyrone left Newfoundland to build the best life that he can, to not live hand to mouth, singing and getting out, leaving your crowd in a memory. Now this is the part where the fiddle player comes in, and it's like da 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 Alright, I'll play one more. Thanks to the Dandelion Few for having me tonight. Real pleasure. Haven't shared the stage with them in a couple of years. They're some class folks. Thanks for coming out. Okay, this song's called Highlight Reel. It's a song about the difficult conversations that happen when you encounter the inevitability of being attracted to new people when you're in a long-term relationship. It's a human thing, and it happens. There you go. You're honest, you told me about the man that you dreamed of holding. He's older, this history, a dark and youthful mystery. Long, long, long lost lust, lurking in your gut. I get it, it happens. The heart is a restless captain, and it takes me to a season where she left for the same damn reason. Long, long, long lost love, sinking in my guts. I see you in a highlight reel on a homemade videotape. So remember how it feels in love to run away. Every scene in the basement apartment, every scene in the living room, every scene running through my mind on 8mm film. If I'm honest, I'll tell you, I felt the same as you do, but I hide it and I fight it. Well, why deny the night's excitement? If you want to live that way, we can, but it'll never be the same again. Well, I see you in a highlight reel on a homemade videotape. So remember how it feels in love to run away. Every scene in the basement apartment, every scene in the living room, every scene running through my mind on 8mm film. Every scene in the basement apartment, every scene in the living room, every scene running through my mind on 8mm film. Alright, well, my name's Len O'Neill. I've had a great time playing for you guys. Thanks a lot for listening and giving me your precious attention. Thank you very much. We got the Dandelion Few up next. It's going to be a nice night with the ship, I think. Take care of one and all. Thanks. Bye.